part 2 of your dimensioning. So you can actually see if I zoom out where I am. So you can see this is where we sort of left off last time. I'll just get rid of that. And we'll just bring this down here. Except for this time I've already started to put in some numbers. Now the easiest way to do this, sweetie, is to create yourself a measuring stick. Now if we had CAD or something like that, there's lots of other great ways that we could do this in a lot easier, but this is a great way to do it in Illustrator. We can also do it where you type in numbers that become part of the line, but this looks best for, especially following the Vika technical drawing document. So how did I find out how to do this? Or how did I find out it was 720? Okay, so first thing I did was I drew myself a line using the pen tool. Then what I do is that I actually just sort of pop it onto there like this. Just zoom in a little bit so it behaves itself. And then what I do is I drag this along until it hits here. So that actually, I know if I make it red, then it will actually stand out like it's a measuring tool. All right. So if I go and look at transform, it actually comes up. That's my width in centimetres, and I've just converted it. I've done two things actually, Penny. One, I've rounded it up. We don't have to be this precise for this task. If this was the SAT folio, we can go into a lot more precision. So I've rounded up my numbers, so to 7.2, and 7.2 I've changed that because that's 7.2 centimetres, and I've changed it into millimetres because our drawings, we use millimetres to show the dimensions. And this centimetre here, remember our little rule, every 1 centimetre that you draw equals a metre. So Penny, your design from here to here is about 7.2 metres long. So it's a nice little size. So that's how I got my 72 with a 0. The next thing I did was I continued on using my little measuring tool, my ruler. So again, placing it here, get it right on the line, and then dragging it across until it reaches here, like so. This time now, it's 48. So again, I've rounded it up, and I could have made that 46 actually. 49, but I've just rounded it up. And then I did the same here, and I did the same here. Now, Penny, when I then got my calculator out and added 1, 2, and 3, I actually found didn't quite add up to 72 because originally I had 200 there instead of 210. So I just adjusted that and made it 210. So it's not perfect, but all I need is for this line here to add up to 72. And then when you go ahead and do this one, just tweak them so that they do add up to 72. So this is not perfect, okay, but this is fine for our SAC task. If it was a SAT folio, then we will be looking at way more precision. So here we go. Here's my first one. Let's have a look here. And this time it's 0.47. So I could round that up to 0.5. So I might just copy and paste that, copy, paste, and then I'll make that a 5. Whoops, not 6, a 5. Move that out of the way, and then I'm going to place that there. Another thing I've done also, because you've got some very small areas, especially here, note that the font size is only 7 points. That's pretty small, but because we're printing this out A3 size, it will be fine. Okay, so again, I'll do one more for you, dragging across until it meets, and let's find out what this one. This time it's 60. So we might even just go and do a paste, but this time we'll make it 60. Move my little ruler along, and I'll pop my 60 there. And you'll do this all the way along, and then get out your calculator, which I think you'll find that most computers have one, so there's mine, if not on your phone, and just making sure that all of these add up to the 72. All right, and that's where I'll finish off. One last thing that I do want to mention is that, I'm going to be a bit cheeky here, I'm just going to grab this number, copy, paste. Can you do me a favour, and we'll zoom in now, make sure that, object, transform, rotate, please make sure that on this side, when you're dimensioning, that your numbers are sitting on the line like that. Because the whole idea is we hold our paper up and we turn it once to the right. And if we do that, our numbers are still on top of the line. So they must go here, here, or here. Now, when you come to this side, it's the same thing. Your numbers must be either here, here, or here. And then last but not least, object, transform, rotate. I'll just do that a few more times. But the top numbers It must be here, here, or here. Good luck, Penny.